all please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. It's been a while.
It has.
Right. We can go over minutes and financials. Has everyone had an opportunity to go through the financials?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, I'll make a motion that we accept the financial reports as written.
I second that motion.
Yes.
Laura? Yes. Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes. Our January meeting was a very long one. We had 2 meetings in one, with the organizational meeting along with our regular monthly meeting. I've just received these, so I haven't had a chance to look over them. Have you guys had a chance?
I went over the regular meeting one, and I'm okay if you just want to add me that I was present.
Okay, I can do that.
Which one's that, the January 6th?
Just the regular one.
I'll make a motion we accept the January 6th
Yeah.
minutes in for the regular meeting.
I second.
I'm just going to abstain because I haven't had a chance to look at them. 2
Laura?
votes
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
I'll abstain. Organizational meeting minutes. Comments, corrections, have you guys looked them over?
I have looked them over, and they're pretty long. We changed a lot of things, but I think they're complete, and everything we talked about's in here. If you had a chance to look at them, Laura?
I have. I make a motion, we accept the organizational meeting minutes.
I'll second.
I'll abstain.
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Abstain. All right, moving right along to communications. We'll start off with you, Tracy. You need
Yes. Planning Commission sent the map again. They wanted to combine a couple lots down on, what is it, Bear Hollow.
Bear Hollow.
They sent the info, I can pass that down, you guys can look at
So
it.
this is in addition to the one they sent last
Yeah,
time.
that's a different one, yeah. Again, there's nothing we have to do. They're just notifying us that is going on in our township. That's kind of up to the county engineer and the commissioners and stuff, but we can object to it if we see a reason to, but I don't.
I have no reason
Most of the
to
time, they're
object.
small, unbuildable lots, and they combine a couple lots that they can put a house on it, which is a great thing as far as I'm concerned. We really don't have to move on it or anything. That's just
People
for them.
own 2 lots, they want to combine it,
Yep.
that's fine with me.
And then we have Portage County Community Development Response System. That's the one that you can explain it better, Ed.
We've talked about this.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Is that something we have to approve? I don't remember. I thought we did already. Oh, this is just who they are.
Yeah.
Letter of explanation.
I can make copies and give it to each one of you guys.
That'd be perfect.
Sure, not a problem.
Yeah, we can look this over. There's
Yeah.
nothing we have to right now. Talk
Just
about it next
contact
meeting, too. Yeah, it's
people
just,
for.
Yeah.
yeah, that's all
Okay.
it is.
Okay, then we have the Cub Scouts. They're having their blue and gold ceremony, and they would like to use the town hall April 5th. So they would like to know if we're gonna charge them, like the rest of the clubs, or we let it go? Or,
Is this Cub Scouts out of what township?
it's not,
Or is
it's,
it like Joy?
it's just,
Joy.
Southeast,
Southeast.
is what she said.
Okay.
Because I asked her, I said, is it Deerfield? And she said, it's Southeast.
Is, obviously it's open that day, or we wouldn't be discussing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
What are they talking, 30, 40, 50 people? Did they
About
say?
50 people.
I'd be okay with donating it to the Boy Scouts. It's a youth club. It's a not-for-profit. We, in the past, have just done the $50 to cover for fundraisers, but this isn't necessarily a fundraiser, but I'm open to thoughts and discussion.
I wouldn't object to letting them use it.
No. I think Boy Scouts is good too.
Okay.
I don't know, they're not even called Boy Scouts anymore, are
No,
they?
these ones are the
They're
Cub
not.
Scouts.
Oh, Cub
Yeah, they're
Scouts.
still Cub Scouts. Yeah, I'm okay with them.
Okay.
I'm okay with
I'll
them.
tell
Just-
Nancy then, and she'll call her.
Well, I'll make a motion that we let the Cub Scouts use the town hall for their event on April 5th.
I'll second that
Without
motion.
No, yeah, April 5th, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I second, Tracy.
Okay.
Yes,
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
yes.
Tiffany?
Yes. It's a good club. I like to support.
Yep.
And I am done.
Any other communications?
I have one for the county prosecutor. We do have new legal representation in the township. We got a new prosecutor, Connie Lewandowski, and she's rotating several people around. So our new prosecutor for the township, his name's Tom McCarty. And he started February 2nd was his first day. So we all received that email. I think you guys got it too, didn't you? So that's who we asked for when we call up now or whatever for anything. Brett is still with the county, but however, he's doing other stuff, so.
He's gonna miss us.
Yes, he is. That's all the communication I have.
I don't have anyone signed up for public commentary.
Okay.
I do have one more.
Oh, go
I
ahead.
have, the auditor of state. I have my schooling March 26th, 27th, and 28th down in Columbus that they provide, 3-day schooling that I would like to go to. I would have to go to, and would like to go to.
You should go to it, yes.
So I should.
Do we need a dollar amount for, fees?
I don't know, I just need like hotel, and we already made the motion for what our expenditures are for food or whatever.
And mileage and
Yes,
all of that?
but I don't know what the school is, they just announced it when we were in Columbus for
Yeah.
the other training, so.
I'll make a motion the fiscal officer attend the training in Columbus,
3
March
nights at a
26th,
hotel.
7th, and
Yes.
8th, and pay for the hotel and mileage and that stuff like we always do.
I'll second.
Oh, and yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes,
Tiffany?
Yes.
Thank you.
I have nothing additional.
Okay. Moving on to department updates. Start off with the road department and maintenance, and I know we've got some stuff to talk about with salt.
This year has been a tough year for winter. We've used a lot of salt. It's been 5 or 6 years since we've had to buy salt in between. Actually, we bought very little salt the last 5 or 6 years. We are running pretty low. I'm sure everybody's seen in the papers and on Facebook where city stuff are having a hard time getting salt. So I asked these guys earlier if we could do this under an emergency measure. We have asked for to purchase 100 ton of salt. We had to get on the list prior to. If we waited till this meeting, we've been on the list for a couple weeks now. If we run out of salt, we're in a bad way. So I'd like to make a motion. We're going to get 100 ton. It's about, we asked for 100 ton. It's about $44 a ton. We do have the money in the road fund to pay for it. So I'm going to ask that we approve the purchase of about 100 ton of salt, road salt for the road department under an emergency measure.
I'll second.
I vote yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes. And hopefully if we are well stocked with salt, it'll stop icing, because that's Murphy's Law.
I hope so. We should have enough, but you just never know. You get another week or two like that because we went through a lot of salt.
It's not gonna go bad. If you keep it
No.
dry, it'll be good for next
And we have to buy it anyway for next year, so.
Okay.
That's right. I don't have anything else. What else Tim got for road department? That's right. He's got a couple of things here. I think that's all he had was the salt.
We were having a hard time finding salt for the sidewalk. It's been a rough season.
I don't have anything else for road department from Tim.
No, he said it was pretty much,
Hmm?
he said it was pretty much,
Status quo.
yeah.
Yeah. Public Works, which gave us grant money to do the paving and everything, is asking for, we have before pictures of Bandy and Fewtown Road, they're asking for after pictures, so they sent us that and asked for that. We will have to wait till the weather improves and the salt gets washed out, so it's a good picture, but that was under the right there.
Welcome. Is that something Tim can do and
Yeah,
and send
we
to
can
him?
take care of that. I just thought I'd bring up that they asked for that, so.
Very good. All right, well, we'll move on to buildings and grounds.
Okay, we had a skunk at the Oaks building. We don't think it's inside, we can't find anywhere it could have got in. I think it's living under there. You open the doors and it about gags you. We don't know if it's still there or not. We've been watching, we haven't seen it. This is skunk mating season, they come and go a lot. But that's a building we use a lot, we have a lot of stuff stored in it. We called Jeff Adams, who does trapping, and he's done it for the Historical Society. He's done some trapping stuff, he's a local guy. He wants $275 to trap it and remove it and everything, and he said he'll spray some stuff in there to help with that smell and everything. So if we need to hire someone, we're gonna wait a couple more days. I'm open for suggestions, but he's a local guy.
Is the $275 per skunk or total?
That I don't know. I was hoping Tim was here, because Tim's the one that actually talked to him.
So
Jeff's-
There he is.
I do a setup fee, and the setup fee is 200, and I would do that for a week or until I catch that skunk or whatever. So basically, if I catch one or 5 during that week or whatever, it's just $275.
Okay.
Other people do other pricing. I want to be able to put back in the community. I want to be able to step up and do my part and beat everybody else's prices because I live here.
Believe it or not, about 5 years ago, I had done a skunk sleeping under my garage, and there were 8.
Yeah.
So,
And
just
some
thought you
people
never
charge
know,
per-
maybe we should ask how many.
Some people charge per animal too.
Right. That's
So-
why I asked, because that's the situation I was in. So I will make a motion that if need be, we hire Jeff Adams to remove the skunk as necessary from the Oaks building at $275.
And I will second that.
And I vote yes.
We'll let you know in a day or two. Just make sure, if it's gone, fine, but if not, we're gonna need you to do it.
Yeah, it's probably under there. It's
Probably.
breeding season and they're kind of hunkered down right now. So.
Yeah. They'd have to chase, probably have to chase the groundhog out to get in there, because they're living in
I'll
there
take
too.
care of it.
I think they're opportunistic. They go into groundhog holes, so it's like a vicious cycle. Sounds good to me.
You know, Millie walked in late. Millie, you had talked to Nancy about plot.
Let's finish this up though before we
Okay.
go to something else.
All right.
Because we have a motion on the floor.
We'll get you, Millie, yeah. So we have to do roll call.
Okay. Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes.
Oh, that's okay. I saw her walk in and she come in late.
I was with Nancy.
Oh, you were with Nancy. Okay.
Okay.
Nancy, do you have any correspondence from Millie or any updates for Millie on her plots? She's concerned
Yeah, I
about
talked
plots.
to her about-
All handled? Good.
Yeah, that was
Working on it.
She doesn't want that solution. No, I don't. There should not be somebody buried in my grave. Because I specifically picked that grave because it would be beside my grandmother. Well, I mean, I bought 3, and then when those other people were supposed to be buried, they were buried in the wrong place. I sold it back. So now I just have a plot with the 2, one for myself and one for Tom.
Okay. Did Timmy go out and check them?
Yeah. They did today.
Tim will have to check on it.
Yes.
Timmy went out and
Yes.
checked them?
And there are remains.
There are, you said there are remains?
Remains.
Or in
They
it?
should be there.
Probably went in years ago.
2019.
back in 19.
When I bought the plot in 2016, I bought the 3 graves. And then I sold the one back thinking that that's where they were, but they buried them in the wrong place.
They were buried 2015, weren't they?
No, 2019 and 2020.
2021 is when we bought the one grave back from you,
Right.
in 21.
But that's not the grave we're talking about, the one we
No.
bought back.
No,
No.
no.
That's where it was supposed to be. And that's why I sold it back, because when there was somebody buried in there, I thought, you know, I wouldn't want to remove them either, but I just don't think that's fair to me. Read the letter I wrote.
Nancy, do you have it? You have the letter,
The
right?
letter, I haven't seen the letter.
We gave it to Tim.
It should be in you guys' papers, isn't it?
Copy for each one of them.
I'm sorry, I didn't see anything like that.
I have, I thought it was in you guys' papers.
We have one go to your cemetery, so I'll go get it.
I'm sorry that happened. We'll have to find a way to try to make it as right as possible.
Well,
I'm not sure of the situation.
She wants those graves that she purchased.
I want to be buried beside my granddaughter. My grandson's over here, my granddaughter's supposed to be here, and I'm supposed to be here. And I don't want to change, it's not my fault. And I've owned them since 2016, before either one of those people were interred.
One was buried in, I think, in 2015.
I don't think so. I think it was 2019 and 2021.
It wasn't that late, I don't think. I can show you on the card.
So you paid for 2, correct?
I paid for
You
3.
paid for 3, and then you sold one back, is that correct?
Because there was a marker there.
Okay.
And I thought, well, somebody buried.
That's the letter she sent to us, and Tim went out and checked it.
You have to go to your papers, so I just brought the whole thing so you have it.
But apparently, they buried them in the wrong spot.
When was that person, when was it buried in your lot, do you know how long ago that was?
But the cards are laid out on the
Yeah,
table.
1613 right here. Is hers 1613 or it's 1713? No, it's 1713.
There's a 1613. Yeah, right here. And this is the one, 1713 was the one that she bought for Tom, but then she sold it back to us.
Okay.
And I think that's when,
The confusion began right there.
yeah,
Okay, right here.
But so I'll check with the prosecutor how we can resolve this.
I'm sorry that happened.
Yeah, we all are.
I know.
I don't know what the answer is, but we have to come up with something.
Okay, it was December 4th of 2021, but one of them was buried May 10th of 2019. So their cremations is what it was, and they were 2 different times.
So 2019 and 2021.
And I brought the cards in 2016. And I assumed that they were buried over in the third one because that's why I sold it back. And there wasn't a big old tree there, and when they took out that big old tree, I think that's when they must have.
Yeah, I don't have an answer why it happened right now, but we will find out why and all that stuff.
Right.
And make sure it doesn't happen again, make sure
Yeah.
we get it straightened out.
But they need to be moved to where they should be, which is beside it, right?
And what's in there now is a cremation?
Yes.
There's 2 cremations on the site now.
Okay, on the site
Plus
that you
a-
wanted.
Plus a footer and a headstone, right? They have a footer and a headstone there now, don't they?
Yeah, I'm not sure what the name is on the headstone.
Yeah.
I think it's Simmons. right?
Yes.
would you be so gracious as to let us have a look at this and see if we can come up with some ideas and review them with you? I would have to,
Okay, I do not want to move my gravesite.
okay.
We can contact that family and see if they will give us permission to move them.
Well,
That,
there are stones in the wrong place then too, you know?
unfortunately, I mean, they're already buried. It's kind of, we have to go through the probate court to move a body and everything. It takes time. I'm not saying we won't do it, but if we can get permission, I'd be willing to do that to make it right, but we have to go through the channels to get permission to do it. We can't just go down and dig up cremains or whatever and move them. And we're willing to do what we need to do to make it right with you, Millie. I mean, we'll do what we can do, but we can't give you an answer right now that that is what we'll do. We have to,
Well, then, I'm gonna have to go up and talk to the commissioners and then get a lawyer, I guess. Because I do not, I specifically bought this. I just don't think it's fair.
I understand, and believe me, we're sorry about this. We'll do everything we can to make it right with you. We will do everything we can. But all I can tell you is the commissioners will tell you that they have nothing to do with it. A lawyer is always an option, but the commissioners will tell you that that'll go back to the township. They have no authority over the township secretaries. I'm not being mean about it. I'm just telling you that's what they'll refer you back to us. So give us a chance. We'll try everything we can to make this right with you. I'm very sorry that happened. I understand. I'd be very upset if that happened to a member of my family too, so.
Yeah, so.
It's just hard for us to tell you exactly what we can
Yeah.
do until we find out what legally we can
Yeah,
do.
no, I know you have to talk to the family, because their tombstone's over here, and they're buried over here.
If the family agrees to it, it's not a real big ordeal, then we can go to probate court with a certified letter or a notarized letter from the family stating that we can move that. And then we can remove the cremains and put them in another place. But we just have to go through the channels. And we will do whatever we can do to do that.
Yeah, well, they probably should be where their tombstone is.
Yeah,
Well, they'll need to.
Apparently, yeah, so.
I'm sorry.
So the tombstone's on a different lot.
That's what she's saying. I
We
don't know.
haven't, Nancy hasn't went down to see
Right.
it, so
Tombstone
we're just
is on a
going by
different
what
lot,
we
but
heard
the
today.
cremation is on your lot. and there's
This is
two
all
of
new to
them.
us too.
Is the tombstone on the lot that she sold back?
Yes.
Yes.
That's where they think they're buried.
I think when the problem all started, because Timmy took a picture of the marker that had 1613 on it. And I'm thinking that instead of being on the south end, that marker was on the north end of her lot. No, I've got that backwards. Instead of being on the north end of her lot, that marker was on the south end of her lot. And whoever buried those two, well, the first cremation there, I think thought that your lot was where it was supposed to be buried. I think, but I'm not positive.
Well, we have to do everything we can to make it right. We also have to make sure that we do something to make sure this doesn't happen again. I can promise you, take that very seriously.
Yes.
And get back to you as soon as we can have more information available.
Okay, because I did write a letter, and that needs to be put in your minutes.
It will be. It will be.
It will be.
It will be.
Yeah, it's right up there.
That's actually Tracy's copy right
Okay,
here.
she can take that.
Pass it back down. She said she has that.
Thank you.
And it's been going on for 2.5 years.
We'll start looking into this real hard right away tomorrow and see what we can come up with for you.
Because I'm gonna be 80, that doesn't mean anything,
No.
die at any time.
We understand, but if you were 50, it's still the same situation. There's a mistake made and somehow it needs to be rectified, so.
Maybe since the gravestone
Yeah.
is on a different lot, maybe the family wouldn't be, against having them actually move where the gravestone is. It just makes sense.
we're gonna plan together and get in touch with you within a few days, okay?
Thanks, Millie.
Thank you, Millie.
I'm sorry.
Don't be
It's
sorry.
okay.
Don't be
Don't be
sorry, you
sorry.
have every right to question that and be concerned.
Because the trustees do a great job with the cemetery, because you go above and beyond what you're supposed to do.
Well, thank you for bringing it to our attention, and we'll do the best we can.
I didn't mean to make a ruckus.
You didn't make a ruckus.
No need to apologize.
It's fine.
All right,
It's all good,
we'll
Millie.
get back to you as soon as possible.
That's all.
If you'd like, absolutely. All right, moving on, buildings and grounds,
Okay, we talked about the skunk, we're gonna hire Jeff Adams
correct?
to take care of it. Next thing I have on here, I'd like permission from you two guys to have our new prosecutor send architect for the gazebo a letter. I'm not getting any response back from him. I know it was turned into a building department. It was kicked back for some corrections, changes, things like that weren't right. That happened November, late October, early November. I haven't heard a thing from the guy since. I've called him several times, I've emailed him, and I'm getting a response, so.
Is this the guy that's been out
You
for a
guys
long
okay if we
time
get
sick?
the prosecutor to do whatever he can do
Yeah.
to get us moving along?
Absolutely.
Yes, yes, yes.
So we'll do that. I'll talk to him tomorrow. I got an accident report for the last incident at the circle up right there. People were insured through Nationwide Insurance. I talked to our insurance company who wants to handle it up front. But I did call their insurance company and they were very willing to get estimates for all the damage to the ground, the pole, the Christmas decorations that were destroyed, and send them a bill, and they said they will pay it. So if they'll do that, I'm okay with them doing that. I've asked Jack is here. I've asked Zach to go up. Quite a lot of turf damage because all the trucks had to go in and repair everything, had to back under a circle, and they left ruts and everything. Our big snowflake, which is, I don't know, probably $300-400 snowflake, got destroyed. So we got to get a list together of what that is. And
And is this the accident where the semi
No, this is the accident where the 3 young boys.
and the 2 utility poles?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
we're not up to the semi
Yeah,
yet.
so I got the accident report, I've got the incident number, I've got, there is an open claim on it. I did talk to the adjuster, and they're more than willing, they said they're more than willing to take care of this. We'll see when they get the dollar amount, if they keep that attitude. But our insurance company for the township has already been notified, and they are on standby. If we need them, they will take it over, so. Talked about Cub Scouts. Update on the gas station. Talked to the engineering firm out of Cincinnati. The blueprints are all done for it. Everything is done for that. It's in the hands of the Ohio EPA right now to get approval for the septic system. That has to be a package deal. Building department won't move on it until the EPA gives their blessing for that. The guy said that is there. They're waiting just like we are. He said, believe me, this is money in our pocket if we can get ground broke for that. And he said, this is going to happen. I just talked to the guy, so. Rakesh Patel is the engineer in Columbus, or in Cincinnati, that did the blueprints. He assured me, and he will send me updated copies of the blueprints, but he said that it's all in the hands of the Ohio EPA right now to approve the system, not approve it, and the minute they approve it, everything will be turned into the county for inspections, what he said. So that's where that's at now. And again, that's a long time, but he said, believe me, this is money in my pocket, and we want it done. That's about all I have in buildings and grounds.
Lowe's, blinds, they had to remeasure or something.
The window blinds.
They didn't have to remeasure, the estimate expired, so they redid the estimate, and they won't be in order yet this week.
Cool.
All the measurement and stuff is still there. I didn't know there was a time limit on it, and it expired, so they just had to redo it all and put a new date on it. And that has been approved in NOPEC to get reimbursed for it. So no later than Wednesday this week, the lady that does that's off today and tomorrow. And Wednesday I'm supposed to be able to meet with her. We'll get that scheduled to get it done.
Great. Last meeting, we talked a little bit about updating the toilets. Those toilets are not necessarily commercial toilets. They're regular toilets, are they not?
Which ones? The ones in here?
Here.
Oh, yeah. They're terrible.
Yeah. I did bring some quotes just from Lowe's, I know we have an account there.
Yeah.
The American standards, the highest rated ones are actually 169.
Yeah, the ones I were looking at were a little bit more than that, but I'm good with whatever this is.
Yeah. Is that something that we would have to hire someone to do?
No,
To
no,
do
Tim
that
and
cost?
the new guy can put them in and everything. It
So-
comes as a kit.
Right.
I don't care which ones we get necessarily, I want to get the higher ones, those are all the low ones in there. I want to get
So-
the AD height ones when we
These
get
are,
them.
every one I did was ADA compliant, because they have to be, so I put that filter on. But I just brought some prices in case we wanted to move on that, or.
We actually
We
agreed to do
approved
it
it.
since no pets can do it. However,
Yeah,
when we do these projects, we have to pay for them up front and get
Right.
reimbursed for no pets. So I wanted to do the blinds first, get reimbursed, because right now, we're in our interim budget right here, and we don't have a lot of money.
just brought this to
So that's
share.
gonna be $1,400 to buy them and whatever we need, so.
Right.
I was gonna do that immediately after we got reimbursed for curtains, I was gonna start on that, but
Yep,
only because of money, we have to pay it up front, and money's really tight right now.
gotcha. Well, just some quotes and hopefully that's helpful. And that's all I have for buildings and grounds. Laura, anything else? Ed?
I have nothing else.
All right, moving on to the fire department.
For the month of January, we responded to 24 calls. 10 was fire-related, includes accidents, CO calls, fires. We had 14 EMS calls for the month. The extinguishers that we talked about has all been completed and checked. I believe they did all the townships as well. So that is completed. I don't have it with me because I was just emailed on the way up. I have a resignation letter which I will forward to the trustees tomorrow from Zach Fry. Zach just completed his paramedics and received a full-time job up at Champion Fire Department. And he just was promoted to officer at Berlin Fire, so he doesn't have time for us, but I'll forward that to you guys tomorrow. I have it in an email or a text form, but I didn't have it printed out. We've been doing a lot of training, sending people to a lot of trainings under the grant program. It's all working out well. We're having a lot of in-house training on the different classes that the people's going to be. Like Todd, for example, is coming back teaching a lot of what he has done, so that's been well. Everything seems to be a status quo right now. I would like to ask to go into a very, very brief executive session to discuss discipline, and no action to be taken, just to inform trustees what's going on.
All right, well, I will make a motion that we go into executive session for the reason of public employee discipline. Is that accurate?
Sure.
Possible
Possible
disciplinary action. to it.
disciplinary action or an investigation.
Yeah,
I think that covers it.
I'll second that.
I vote yes. Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes.
Brian.
Cookies? Give you a chance to catch up. I still need to get a plot down there, that's not, I guess. Should be on. I don't plan on going anywhere anytime soon. When I turned 63, that was a milestone for me. Doug passed away at 63. My mom passed away at 63. So when I turned 64, I told my kids, I says, okay. I says, you're stuck with me for 20 more years at least. They said yes. Yes. Dinner. Yeah.
Like it's not been.
So you got all the ice? You got all the ice off the today. I haven't been in the place for 2 days until just now. Oh, wow. It's like I can't listen all that. And everything from my house, truck, driveways, down the hill. I opened the garage door yesterday, stood in the garage door, pitched some salt out, and closed the door. Oh, wow. It's like, not going out there. So when the sun came out today, it melted the ice off the truck. And gave the salt a chance to work.
Follow it.
And I don't go out since I see.
In case that wasn't strong enough.
Amanda? That little it's like, yes. Look at which that little extra beat. Huh? Yeah, I mean, if you're pinky, I just didn't pick my left hand up, I just said if you're pinky. Yeah, that's what I was telling you, because we're going to put you in his alley and then you're going to, yeah. We're trying to get back to, yeah. Well, when I go in the computer, I have to look, I just pay no attention, I just fatigue. That's what I look for, because otherwise it'll screw me up, because I'm looking for Valley or Amanda.
No,
So when I did Fable, I just put tape.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you don't,
All right, well.
But no,
I
thank
told
you.
now, so now I-
Yes.
Can you get that out there?
Yes, and now we'll go in and correct it.
Perfect.
Thank you.
I'm gonna look at that.
I really got one back. Who's taking care of that?
You need to order training.
The purpose was so that you didn't have to take care of those things. Oh, you must have got chickens again, huh? Diane has mine in her house, and they're playing like crazy. 6 hens, she got 6 eggs here today. Unfortunately, right now, the price is going back up. I have to. I need something.
I will make a motion to exit executive session and re-enter regular session.
I second it.
Yes?
Okay, Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes?
Tiffany?
Yes. Fire department, what else do we have?
That's all I have.
That's it?
Can you give me a status update on the leak on the roof?
Tim is actually working on it. Last I knew, the wall is still open. So I haven't seen any water in there recently.
Right. We were making sure that it didn't start leaking again before the new roof got put on, so we're not gonna put the paneling back on the wall until we know for sure it's not gonna leak again, which will be when the new roof gets put on, weather permitting.
Okay. And then also, we had spoken a little bit in December and January about our yearly service budget. Do we have numbers yet? Are we there yet?
Almost there. We're not quite done yet, but we'll have it pretty quick.
Okay.
There's a couple more things we're waiting on quotes from.
And then I did give Derek some information. He had a few more emails to establish, so he should have all the information he needs to do that. Computer and printer?
Computer and printer, I did not actually bring we do need one, I'll bring it for the next meeting.
Do you need it now?
Our computer is not working,
Okay.
and the printer is just not set up for, I talked to the computer guy, it's not set up for what we got. So we need to get one. I actually have quotes, which like I said, I walked out without one. They're from Amazon.
Are the quotes, the computers you got quotes under, there any of them you could use? I mean, they're all,
Yeah, the computer guy said that's exactly what I asked him.
Is it a laptop?
No, it's a desktop.
under $1,000?
The computer is $379, and the printer is $7,740.
That's under 500.
So I'd make a motion to buy a computer and printer, less than $750 combination to give you the living room if you need it.
Then I second that.
And I'll vote yes. No use wait until another meeting. If
No.
you need it, you need it.
Right.
And let's include printer ink, you know, adequate printer ink to get you going too.
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes, yeah, I'd hate for you to have to wait another month for that. And in the last meeting, we briefly spoke about the property across from the post office and maybe some involvement there. Do you have any updates on that?
No, nothing on that. We'll wait for whether Zach's gonna look at it again. I'll get some other quotes too, though, for tearing it down and removing it. And that's a process. We need to start it out with a title search, which I don't want to jump the gun and do the title search
Until
too
we
early.
know
Then
that-
3 or 4 months, we decide to move forward. Now the title search is over, we got to pay to do it again, so.
Yeah, I'll need my eyes on it before I give a solid price. I don't know how full.
If I keep asking and move it to each meeting, we never lose it in the shuffle.
You know, so that's where we're at now.
And our part of that.
Future project.
Our part of that, we're prepared whenever you guys are ready for the paperwork we have to do as the fire department.
Okay.
Actually, I have it right here in front of me, so when you guys are ready to act on it, all we have to do is put the date in there, and it shows us, like, you have to go through a process. Like the owner, we have to give a citation issuance for their, like this one is a distinct hazard structure condition. It's all wrote out in the Ohio Revised Code, so whenever you guys give us okay, we'll change the date, hand it to you, and that's the first step of it.
Again, we have a new representative in Ravenna,
Yeah.
so we'd like to run that by him to see if he has a way he would like us to do it. It's
Did
just,
you guys burn it?
Any concerns with that?
yep, so that way we're all
Wonderful.
right where we need to be.
All right. So anything else for the fire department, anyone?
I do. I'd like to thank Alicia for doing that DF. She's not here, but I want to thank her for doing that for us. She's got it all done. We've got our certificate, so we're good for another year. Right, Scott? Yep. Another year. So I wanted to thank her for that.
Thanks, Alicia, you're watching. I'm sure she'll get the message, right? All right, moving on to old business. I have a few things. Just to, on the top of my list, the webinar access, were we able to get that?
Yeah.
Is there like a password or a certain login that we use?
No, you just,
How do we access that?
I'll have to find that out because we signed up for it. I think you just get on there and put in Deerfield.
Okay.
And you're automatically, once you're in there,
Okay.
they automatically, because it's free, so I don't think they charge us.
See, I guess.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I don't know, I just know we have it set up and all taken care of and all done and paid for and everything.
Now we just need to know how to get on.
Yeah,
They didn't give us, like, a password or
I just
anything.
think it's, you just get on and automatically it's available for us for free, it's no charge.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. When it comes to the township handbook, been doing quite a bit of digging on that. OTA used to have a free builder website. When they updated everything, it did not return, and it doesn't sound like it's going to. Have not been able to access that. They have lists, but no website builder, which is unfortunate.
It is.
I did find an alternative. It's called Handbooks, and it's a handbook that's actually like a website that's built to make employee handbooks, and it's actually state, county specific. It actually like lets you do it as you go, and then you can, it helps you build it, and then you can make adjustments as needed. There is a free version, which is terrible. There is a comprehensive version, which is a one-time purchase of $119 that gives us a downloadable document as a Word document. It gives us like up-to-date state legislative like rules if there's questions. And there's also a subscription that we could get, and I'm just giving options here. It would be $179 billed annually. With that, that would include an annual subscription for help to build the handbook. It comes with a link that you can send the handbook, and also that employees can go on the link and sign that they've seen it and acknowledged it. So I just wanted to share some other options that we could use and see what you guys think.
If you had the yearly subscription, you could make edits as needed or add stuff, right? Each year.
Mm-hmm. That's the way I understand it.
Did you ever check with our retirement?
I did. Yes. Unfortunately, there's lists, but not like a site to actually help you build that and make it more user-friendly. So,
So it's $179
a year.
a year.
To have something more interactive where we would have more access to actually getting like digital signatures, being able to send it in a link. I've never used it before, but I looked through quite a few of them and it seemed to be the most legitimate, user-friendly. So just something I wanted to bring up. It would be helpful to have some kind of a platform to build it on so we're not typing it. I type pretty quickly, but not that quickly
Absolutely.
to do a whole handbook. So I don't know. What do you guys think? Any discussion?
Can we check with the new guy in the prosecutor's office, see if he has a way to do it or guide us or anything?
Sure.
I mean, I'm not objecting to this, but can we check with him first and see if they can provide that service maybe?
Sure.
Maybe they may have something,
Absolutely.
but I don't know that.
What if I made a motion that pending the new prosecuting attorney not having a service, that we could move forward with doing the $179 annual to get the handbook going? Would that be something you would all be agreeable to?
I'm okay with that.
That sounds good.
So I'll move that pending the new prosecuting attorney not having a free or better alternative, that we would move forward with the handbooks subscription for $179.
And how about we add a little bit to it, pending his approval of us using that too?
Pending his
Because
approval
that is
of
kind of-
us using that too.
That also, is that all right?
That, I said
You
it,
said
that's
it.
in my motion, yep, I agree.
I vote yes too.
Okay.
Yeah, we need, I mean, you can't do it just. typing.
Otherwise, you're doing it by scratch.
Laura? Yes. Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes. Okay. The other things are in old business. We spoke about a records retention policy. I went on to the Ohio Township website. They actually have you guys can look at, I should have made 3 copies, I just made 2. A suggested records retention policy. And once again, this is something that we would need to run by the new prosecuting attorney. But what I was thinking was, and I'm open to any discussion, is that we just adopt the OTA's retention record manual, and obviously we'll give you a copy so you can look at it before we do that. That way we would have a legal suggested retention policy pending everybody getting a chance to review it and see if it works for them.
Did you talk to the auditor or the OTA
Both.
while you were down there?
Yeah, Aaron.
Did you have
Yes,
any other
and he's
ideas?
he's sending me the booklet and then.
The
he's
same
gonna-
one?
Yeah, probably.
Okay.
Probably.
And then, he gave me the information for the Ohio history and helped me fill out the form and everything.
This is all from the Ohio
So,
History
yes.
Association.
So now we
Yes.
have to figure out, what the dates are and fill it out and send it in and.
Okay. So I just thought maybe we can make copies of that, and instead of making this big prolonged policy, we could just adhere to their policy, and that would
Yes.
make it easier on us.
And I'm sure they ran that through legal.
Oh, yes.
They know it's good to
Yeah, they
go.
do this all the time. so,
Right.
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
So, do we want to move on this, or do we need time? We need time. You want to talk about this at the next meeting possibly?
Let's make sure that
Adopting
what they
this.
send you is the same one, but I think it's gonna be the same one, and that's an established policy.
Yeah.
Let's wait till the next meeting and we're gonna do that
Let's
one,
make copies
or if
or-
they send you a different one or
Give you guys
something.
Either way, it doesn't matter, it's from OTA, so.
Well, I already
it'd be the
printed it,
same.
so someone should.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, just, because this is,
If you're okay
this
with
is,
that, we'll
yeah,
make a
I'm fine
motion.
with this.
Go ahead,
Let's
make a
make a motion,
So
let's get it going.
I will move
Right.
that we adopt, pending any concerns from the prosecuting attorney, that we adopt the Ohio Township Records Manual suggested records retention period as our record retention policy.
I'll second that.
I vote yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes. Okay, and then also on that note, last meeting, we also spoke about fees for asking for records. And with the Ohio Township Public Records Policy, in one of the resolutions, they talk specifically about it. Ohio Township Open Records Fee Schedule, just so everybody can see what I'm talking about. They talk about certified copies, $5 a page. Conversion to paper, we can charge for any paper to email sending, but if it's digital, I wouldn't think that would matter. Photocopying at 25 cents per page, police accident report, $15 per page, postage at the actual postage cost. And then I also added on, because we talked about flash drives, I did some looking on Amazon, and typically a 10-pack is about $20. So we could buy a 10-pack and charge $2 per flash drive for this. So I'll let you guys look at that and see if that's something you'd like to adopt as well, or if we need to add or subtract anything from that.
That seems about the going rate. When I was talking to people about flash drives, they were saying $2 to $3 a flash drive, so that's about right.
Not to cost anyone money, but just to relieve the cost to us
Yeah.
for those things. So, do we want to take this as policy? Do we want to do our own going from this? Any feedback?
Let's do our own one from that. Well,
So we could say,
where'd that come from? Where'd it come
from
from?
Ohio Township, their resolution about public request policy for fees. So
I'm
we could
okay
just-
with using that then.
Well, with the addition of a flash drive,
Right.
would be $2 per flash drive, and those were 4 GB flash bytes. I don't know, that seemed like plenty. If anybody knows more about it than I do, but that seemed like plenty
I would think that'd
of
be fine.
data. And if it took 2, then we would charge them for 2, so, and I will just give you a copy of this.
Okay, that works.
Yeah, so I will move that we adopt the Ohio Township Open Records Fee Schedule with the addition of flash drives being at $2 per flash drive.
I'll second that.
Yes,
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
yes.
Tiffany?
Yes. Okay, very good. That's all I have for old business. Any other old business?
I have none.
I have none.
Okay, moving on to new business. I have something for new business. As anyone who has been looking at the old town hall would know, the exterior paint is very bad. It needs a new paint job. When Mike Kemble put the roof on that, he had mentioned that he would like to paint that for us and donate the labor. So the vice president of the Historical Society reached out to him, and he said he would still be very willing to do that, of course, when the weather warms up. So we would be responsible for the cost of the paint. And I did a little bit of research from Sherwin-Williams, just because if we were to do that, I would definitely want to do a good quality paint. They would give us a price of $43.99 a gallon of white exterior paint, and that would be about $219 per 5-gallon bucket. They were thinking we would probably need 7 to 8 gallons per coat. So the primer is a little bit less expensive, but I ran some numbers, and I think we would be somewhere around $800–900 to repaint that just in paint. Their prices seem to be really reasonable, and they even mentioned giving us an account, and then giving us a discount for having an account with them. So, I'll share this with you guys, just some of the numbers, the square footage we figured that we would need.
I'm okay with doing that, I mean, hell, Mike's gonna do the labor.
What was your discount? Because I can get 30% off.
It was not
That's just-
30%, that was just, I told them we were
Does the township get 30%?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
in tax-free, so, I mean, it's a rough estimate, because we don't really know how much paint we'll need, depending on once they get the old paint off, how much primer is needed and all of that, but, this is something I would like to do once the weather warms up, if he's been being gracious enough to offer the labor.
Yeah, it needs painted and stuff, I'm okay with that. And, you know, I think if we set up an account with Sherwin-Williams, we'll get a better price than that yet on it.
Right.
Because they will let us set one up.
And this is the one in Alliance. They
Right.
were very accommodating.
It
so-
used to be, whenever you had an account there, they gave you the best sale price of the year, any time of the year on the paint, which a lot of times is a good price, but it could have changed by now, but yeah, we can
Well,
do
it's
that.
good quality paint.
It's good
It
quality,
is.
You don't wanna put
I asked them for
junk
top
in.
quality paint, and then the primer was only $36.45 a gallon, or
Yep.
$182.25 for, but, I mean, it would probably be wise to put a coat of primer down first, but I would
Oh,
let
absolutely.
Mike and his painter decide what was needed, since I'm not a professional painter. But I would like to move that we allow Mike Kemble, when he's able and the weather warms up, to paint, and that the township would pay for the paint. So that's-
Or provide the paint.
would provide the paint.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So that's my motion.
I'll second that.
And I'll vote yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes. And then also there may be a small amount of like a quart to do the door and the trim, but mostly it's white, so white's pretty easy to paint. And that's, all I have for new business. Anyone else have anything else for new business?
I don't.
Okay, any other, no one signed up for public commentary? Do we need to have a second meeting this month?
I don't think so.
I think we've got everything pretty well covered.
I think so
I
too.
think we're good.
So, definitely need to follow up with Millie, and, Chief Dean, you'll give us the resignation letter, an email, or,
I'll email it to you tomorrow.
oh, that'd be great. All right, well then I will make a motion that we, adjourn and pay our bills.
Second.
I vote yes.
Laura?
Yes.
Ed?
Yes.
Tiffany?
Yes. That's all she wrote.
Sign yet?
No.
Good. Busy, huh?